Welcome back everyone, I'm Val and today we're introducing a new section in this channel where I'm going to react to some horror traveling stories people post on the internet. Well, not all of them are horror, so let's get right to it!
This is why you should be careful when going to Greece.
So this is one of the scariest things I've ever had happen to me while traveling. I was in Thessaloniki, Greece. This is the second day of a 2-week-long trip, and I was very excited to be there. So me and my buddy go out to a bar. We had a nice time. I went to the bathroom. As soon as I opened up the stall, a bunch of guys grabbed me and they took me off somewhere else. They're all screaming at me, "You need to pay us money." Why? You ripped the urinal off the wall. That doesn't even make sense. I didn't do it. I'm not paying. So I pick up the phone. I call my buddy Kyle. I'm like, "Get down here. Something's going down." As soon as I do this, he sucker punched me. My phone goes flying. I'm laying on the ground, and 6 guys got over top of me. They held me by the throat and they just started beating me. They hit me so hard my vision went.
Okay, I'm going to say something about this, and is that whoever thinks that traveling is dangerous only for women, this is exactly the reason why it's not. Like, these things can actually happen to men.
I know that.
Went blurry, definitely had a concussion. It was an awful experience. One guy's choking me, the other ones are punching me in the face. There's a whole crowd of people watching this happen and nobody steps in. Finally,
worst
some
part,
nice
nobody
guy
does
comes over
anything.
and grabs one of the dudes by the arms and says, "Enough." As soon as he did this, I took off running as fast as I could. I ran down the street, found a little newsstand. I pushed everybody out of the way and I said, "You have to help me." There was a group of college kids that were traveling. They came over and they're talking to me, calming me down. So I was starting to be a little more relaxed. All of a sudden, 2 guys show up and they said, "We can help you. We're with the police." So I trusted them. I said, "Okay." They took me away from this whole crowd, and once we were by ourselves, grabbed me, they threw me in the back of a car, and that's when I realized that these are the same guys that have been beating me. And at this point, I'm kidnapped, and I don't know where we're going. We're in the car for like 10, 15 minutes. So I'm thinking, how can I stop this car? I was gonna untie my shoelaces and use that. Unfortunately, I had different shoes on that day, no shoelaces. Bad choice. I checked the lock on the door, it pulls up. The second we hit a red light, I jumped out and ran for as long as I possibly could. I hid in some bushes for a while. I zigzagged down the streets. I had no clue where I was at. I had no phone. Didn't even know the name of the hotel that I was staying at. I walked around for 3 hours in the middle of the night.
Like, imagine you're in a different city, so you don't even know how to, like, locate yourself as a tourist, much less in this situation. Like, this is terrifying.
Thessaloniki, Greece. Finally, I see my buddy Kyle. He's been out on the street trying to find me. He thought I was just lost, had no clue any of this had even happened. I stopped in every single hotel and store that was open, asking for help. I stopped people on the streets, asked them for help. Nobody would help me find where I'm going or call anybody for me. I was just screwed. The next day I wake up, they had my phone unlocked and they were using Apple Pay over and over again, trying to pay themselves, but luckily it was blocked every time. And then they texted Kyle from my phone and they said, "Come on back down here, let's meet. You can give us some money, we'll give you the phone back, everything will be fine." So of course I went and erased the phone, so it's useless to them. I got out of Greece. I was in Serbia within a few hours. So it's been like 3 weeks since all this has happened. My throat still hurts from when they grabbed me. My wrists are really messed up. I can barely pick things up still. Don't know what's going on with that. My face is healed up. The scratch is gone. The black eye is almost gone. So we're doing all right. So I'm lucky to be alive and happy to be back home. Make sure you're following for more and you let me know what I should do next.
So this is a hard one, huh? Very, very dangerous. I'm not saying that every time you're going to Thessaloniki, this will happen to you. Of course not.
That's exactly what you're saying.
But it is very complicated because you need to be aware of these kinds of things. I didn't see him going to the police for some reason.
The police? The police!
So he should have called the police. Like, I know this guy said at some point, like, we are with the police, but he didn't actually officially call the police, and he should. Because, you know, you're a foreigner in a different country.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
So the police should be able to help you. This reminds me of a story when I was in Poland, where they tell me that in Krakow, that I was doing a volunteering in a hostel, there was a very common scam between Polish mafia or something like that, where they offer or take guys to like hire dancers.
Eyebrows.
And once they were inside the establishment, they will steal everything from them. And if they didn't give them everything they had, they would threaten them or things like that. We had like a couple of guests that got scammed like this, and it was kind of dangerous. Let's see the next one.
I've never experienced anything like this on a flight before. As we were about to leave, the flight attendants announced that some passports have gone missing. They asked that everyone get up and look under their seats. This mom holding a baby said she put her bag on her seat and then went to the bathroom and came out and it was gone. They held the plane for over an hour searching for these passports. Police became involved. It was this whole big thing. Unfortunately, no one found the passports, so this family had to get off the plane. I felt so bad for them. Come to find out, in the middle of the night when they turned the lights off on the plane, somebody dropped them in the aisle by the bathroom. Can you believe that? Somebody actually stole these passports.
Okay, Luffy, you're unlocked. Thank you very much. Like, you will go on a plane and you will never expect to be robbed. Like, it's a plane. Like, if you have the money to get into a plane, you shouldn't be stealing from other people.
You sure about that?
But why would people want to steal a passport for identity theft or something? Can somebody explain to me? That one was horrible.
I'm sorry in advance for this, but I'm literally just going to have to rant to you. I'm absolutely fuming. I've had a shower, I've not even sorted my hair out. I've literally just come straight out because I'm absolutely fuming. In Ho Chi Minh City, I left my money in my bum bag. Here it is. Went to the bathroom, brushed my teeth, come back, went to the market, realised my money had been stolen. Thought, no, I'll wait till I get back. Check the bed, not there. Fair enough, you're an idiot. You went to brush your teeth for those 120 seconds you were out of the room. Someone's gone behind your curtain, checked you're not there, took the money, ran. Fine, 6 million dong. Ended up being 12 days worth of budget. I'm now in Hoi An. Kept
That's
everything
also
with
Vietnam.
Me. Left my power bank on charge while I went for breakfast this morning because I'm on a day trip today. Got back, gutted my room, not there. So bam, power bank gone. I don't get why other travellers don't have the moral decency to not steal your shit. You're literally all going behind my curtain, checking I'm not there and taking the stuff. So the only thing I've got to say to you is, fuck off.
She's right. She is right. Like, literally. I mean, we're all travelers. What the are you doing stealing from other people? That's horrible. But to be fair, this is also the reason why I carry a padlock with me and why many hostels should have like lockers. And if they don't, I usually avoid them. Like, I usually avoid hostels that don't have locks to put your stuff. Because let's be honest, we carry valuable stuff. And as much as we want to trust everybody, not everybody is a decent person.
Excuse me?
So that's the thing. But she's right. Like, she went to brush her teeth for a few seconds, and when she came back, her stuff was gone. Like, what's going on? Let's check the next one.
Let's talk about our worst experience getting food poisoning. I will go first. I was going to Bali, and we were flying out of Logan Airport, and we knew that while we were gone, it was like a 2-week trip. So we knew that while we were gone, we were going to miss Mother's Day. So we were like, oh, perfect, Mom. Come to Boston. We'll go out to lunch. And then you can drop us off at the airport. She's like, okay, perfect. So she picks us up, and me and my sister, and we go out to lunch at this place in Southie. I don't want to drop the name because God only knows if I'll get in trouble for that. But they get chicken salad. I get a salmon salad. My mom brings us to the airport. So you probably know where this is going. She drops us off. We get in line to get our bags checked, and this is where it starts to go south for me. As I stated, I'm the only one who got salmon, so we all know that it was the salmon that got me. But at the time, I didn't know I had food poisoning. So I'm in line, and I'm starting to get the sweats. Like, I'm just getting super sweaty, and I'm like, what the heck? So I'm like, yeah, this is a 16-hour flight, but, like, I don't really care. I'm not a nervous flyer. It should be fine. So I'm getting the sweats, and I'm like, I think I'm going to be sick. Like, maybe I should just go to the bathroom. And I get to the bathroom, ditching my checked bags. Like, you have to wait in these lines to be there on time. So I'm like, I'll be right back. And I leave the bag with my sister, run to the bathroom, and I'm not well. But it wasn't that bad. Wasn't throwing up yet. But again, like, I didn't think I had full-blown food poisoning. So I'm like, okay, like, gotta keep going. Like, keep it rolling. Get my bags checked, and then we head to security. And I started to really not feel well at that point. I went to the bathroom like one more time, and then we got in line for security, and here's where things take a turn for the worst. I'm in line for security, and you know how that is. Like, once you're in the line, you're not really getting out. Like, there's no way to exit the line. So we're in line, and I'm like, I gotta get to.
And on top of that, like, imagine you're in the line, and if you're feeling sick, you're most likely going to act like you're nervous. So that's going to look weird for security.
A bathroom, I gotta get to a bathroom, and my sister's like, just hang on, you can do it, like, just get through this. So I take off my shoes, and I'm in the line putting my stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna barf, like, I'm gonna puke, I'm gonna crap my brains out, like, I gotta get out. But if I try to go through, I'm gonna get stopped by security, and there's no way of going back because the line is just snaked around, and I'm like literally in a full-blown panic. So I'm fighting it as hard as I can. I get to this part, and I'm literally like convulsing, and they let me through, and at that point I was fighting it so hard that I couldn't, like, I thought I was going to pass out, so I didn't even get any of my stuff the second I got through there. I just bolted straight to a bench and just laid there and was like but it gets worse from here, so just hang on and go to part 2 for the rest.
We do have a part 2, guys, so let's check it out.
Part 2 of the worst experience ever getting food poisoning. So I get through security. I am convulsing, and I finally get through, and I just go straight to a bench because I felt like I was going to pass out at that point. And I just get vertical as fast as I can, and I'm like heaving. And I'm like, there's no way I can even make it to a bathroom at this point. So I'm just like heaving, and I'm just trying to control myself. And my sister runs over with all my shit because she grabbed all my shoes, bags, everything, and was like, are you okay? And like was just like, oh my God, what do we do? And someone from security comes over, and he's like, hey, I saw on your ticket that you're going to Bali, and I really don't think that you can fly. He didn't even know what was wrong with me, but he just saw that I was clearly unwell.
Imagine
and he came over
that.
and he's like, hey, like, to my sister.
I understand the perspective of the security person, but I mean, when you are at the airport, if you hear that, like, what is it gonna be? What's gonna happen with my ticket, with my flight? Like, we're already past security. Like, what is going to happen? But she had a 16-hour flight ahead. Like, if this is how bad you were feeling at the airport, imagine being close in a plane for a 16-hour flight. That's awful. Like, I've had food poisoning while traveling, but I was at a hostel already. Like, I was in my accommodation, so I could deal with it in my accommodation, not in the middle of flying somewhere. Although I always get food poisoning with airport food, so there's that.
My sister, she can't fly. Like, she's not allowed to fly because this flight is 16 hours to Hong Kong, and she's not going to make it, and it's a liability. He's like, it's dangerous, whatever. My sister looks him dead in the face and goes, sir, she has her period. You need to back off and mind your own business. And the guy's like, I am so sorry, ma'am.
That's the period card for females. There you go. He must have felt so bad. I'm so sorry for him. Oh my God.
I'm so sorry. And he legit walks away. So then the sweats have like, you know, it kind of comes in waves. I had gotten through the wave. So then I'm like, get me to a bathroom. I can walk. So I get to a bathroom. I'm unwell. And then we're boarding for the flight. And again, like, I'm in waves okay and then not okay. So then we get on the flight. We pass through everything. I'm like, I'm going to be okay. As we're boarding, again, line long as hell. Like, and you're in that tunnel thing going onto the plane. I'm like, I'm going to be sick. I need to get to a bathroom. And I get on the plane, like, I make it past the stewardesses, and I'm like, I'm not gonna make, like, I am going to pass out again. So I sit down in first class, and I just, like, claim first class as my new seat. I'm sitting there for so long. I stayed there for 20 minutes while everyone boarded, and I just was, like, heaving. And then finally I got a wave of, like, I can get to the bathroom, so I booked it to the back of the bathroom, and just blew up the bathroom. I took 50 milligrams of Benadryl, and I knocked the heck out.
She's a nurse, by the way. I checked the profile of the content creator, and she's a nurse, so she can medicate herself. Do not do this.
The rest of that flight, I got to Bali, and I felt like absolute crap, but I made it. I have way worse stories of stuff that happened in Bali, actually worse than that, but that is the story of the worst time I ever got food poisoning. Yeah, let me know if you have a worse one.
Well, that's one hell of a beginning for your trip to Bali. Like, oh my God. And she says she has more stories. So on the next video, we may react to the others. So stay put. For now, I think this is it for today. I hope you like this new section I'm going to do in this channel and enjoy the reactions and some horrible traveling stories. Make sure to share in the comments if you have any stories like this and if you want me to react to them. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like the video and to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all on the next reaction.